Listen to stories and appreciate idioms. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Encountering Chinese, Encountering Idioms. Today, the idiom we are going to encounter is
恶贯满盈.
Let's break it down and read it slowly.
恶贯满盈. 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 恶
refers to evil.
贯
refers to a thread passing through.
满
refers to full of.
盈
refers to being full.
恶贯满盈
can be literally translated as evil threads full and brimming, indicating that the amount of evil is like a thread that fills up an entire rope. Nowadays, it is used to describe a situation where the crimes committed are extremely severe, and it is time for punishment. The idiom
恶贯满盈
originated from the book
尚书太史.
The original text states
伤罪贯盈天命诛之.
The meaning of this phrase is that the emperor of the Shang dynasty had committed numerous crimes and would face punishment from the divine. The historical anecdote behind this phrase goes like this. During the late period of the Shang dynasty, King Shou of Shang ruled over the entire China as the emperor. However, King Shou was not a good emperor. He had a cruel and tyrannical nature, governing the country through brutal means. Under his rule, the people suffered immensely, living in extreme misery. This led to deep resentment among the people, and even the vassal lords despised him, considering him unfit to be a proper ruler. At this time, there was a high-ranking official named Ji Cheng. He inherited the achievements of his ancestors and strictly followed their teachings. Ji Cheng was humble, respected his subordinates, and had a talent for employing capable individuals. As a result, the people in the areas he governed enjoyed prosperity and happiness. Furthermore, Ji Cheng advocated for compassionate policies, often defying King Shou's orders and refusing to oppress the people in his own territory through tyrannical rule. King Shou became aware that Ji Cheng frequently disobeyed his instructions in secret, which made him furious and fearful. He was concerned that Ji Cheng might seize an opportunity to rebel against him. Therefore, King Shou found an excuse to arrest Ji Cheng and imprisoned him in the Jiuli region, far away from his hometown. However, King Shou never anticipated that Ji Cheng had a courageous and strategic son, named Ji Far. Ji Far had been deeply influenced by his father's teachings and inherited his father's ambitions. When Ji Far took over his father's position, he united with other vassal lords and launched a rebellion against the rule of King Shou of Shang. Before setting out on their expedition, Ji Far delivered an impassioned speech to the various vassals and soldiers. He declared, "As we all know, King Shou of the Shang dynasty has committed numerous evil deeds. If we were to count the quantity of his crimes and string them together like coins on a rope, the rope would be filled to the brim. A ruler so steeped in wickedness will surely be punished by the heavens. The time for his punishment has come." Ji Far proceeded to enumerate the king's transgressions, emphasizing his extreme cruelty and asserting that he could no longer be forgiven but must receive the appropriate punishment. He rallied the soldiers to unite as one and overthrow King Shou, to rid the land of this scourge. The soldiers, inspired by Jifar's speech, were filled with determination. With Jifar at the helm, they crossed the Yellow River and marched toward the capital of the Shang dynasty. Along the way, the army gained support from the local populace, swelling its ranks. Ultimately, the large force arrived at a place called Muya, where they confronted King Zhou's army, leading to a fierce battle. In this conflict, many of the Shang's army consisted of slaves and captives who had no desire to fight for King Zhou. Instead, they favored Jifar, who enjoyed widespread support. Consequently, they rebelled, turned their weapons against King Zhou's forces, and aided Jifar's army. Seizing the opportune moment, Jifar launched an assault, and his generals displayed high morale, engaging the enemy vigorously. Under the relentless attack of Jifar's army, the Shang forces of several 100,000 soldiers quickly disintegrated and fled in disarray. Upon learning of this news and realizing that the Shang dynasty could no longer endure, King Zhou hurriedly retreated to the capital of Zhaoge and ascended the Deer platform, where he set himself on fire and perished. Jifar's army pursued the retreating forces and swiftly captured Zhaoge, thus marking the complete demise of the Shang dynasty. Following these events, Jifar established the Zhou dynasty and proclaimed himself King Wu of Zhou. King Wu systematically eliminated the remnants of the Shang dynasty, implemented progressive reforms, and pursued policies of benevolence. Inheriting his father Ji Chang's aspirations, King Wu listened to the will of the people and appointed capable individuals. This ushered in a period of stability and prosperity for the nation and its people for the next several decades. In this story, Jifar's statement about counting King Zhou's crimes as coins and stringing them together on a rope, which would be filled to the brim, gives rise to the idiom,
恶贯满盈,
the measure of accumulated wickedness. There is another story from the Ming dynasty. It revolves around an official named Wei Zhongxian. Wei Zhongxian was an ambitious and power-hungry individual who seized control of the government during the late Ming dynasty, becoming a prominent figure in the imperial court. However, he was treacherous, cunning, and extremely cruel in nature. In order to achieve his goals, Wei Zhongxian committed numerous evil deeds, which earned him the resentment of other officials. In his youth, Wei Zhongxian served as a low-ranking eunuch in the palace. Despite his humble position, he relied on his intelligence, wit, and shrewdness to steadily climb the ranks. Eventually, he became an influential minister wielding significant power in the Ming dynasty. But Wei Zhongxian's ambitions did not stop there. He manipulated the emperor and controlled the court, mercilessly eliminating anyone who dared to oppose him, regardless of their status. The accumulation of power gradually corrupted Wei Zhongxian, making him increasingly cruel and tyrannical. In order to eradicate those who held differing opinions, he devised various brutal punishments. Even the slightest mistake, no matter how trivial, would be met with ruthless retribution, often resulting in the person's execution. Wei Zhongxian's cruelty made him the subject of various terrifying folk legends. Furthermore, Wei Zhongxian was extremely greedy. He frequently abused his power to amass wealth, confiscating money and possessions from others for his own gain. Consequently, he accumulated vast riches during his tenure in office. However, Wei Zhongxian's wicked actions disrupted the political and economic order of the Ming dynasty, contributing to the decline and downfall of the entire dynasty. Eventually, Wei Zhongxian's evil deeds were exposed one by one. The people and officials despised this wicked man, leading to his loss of power, confiscation of wealth, and the ultimate sentence of death. Even after his demise, Wei Zhongxian's name continued to be remembered, synonymous with his brutality and crimes. It serves as a cautionary tale, warning future generations not to become individuals like Wei Zhongxian. In this story, Wei Zhongxian's misuse of power and position to commit wicked deeds can be aptly described using the idiom,
恶贯满盈,
the measure of accumulated wickedness. 2 stories have been told. Next, let's review the idiom we encountered today.
恶贯满盈, 恶贯满盈.
Finally, let's use
恶贯满盈.
to make a sentence.
今天上午，那个恶贯满盈的罪犯终于落网。今天上午，那个恶贯满盈的罪犯终于落网。
That's all for today's Encountering Idioms. If you enjoy it, please like and subscribe. See you next time.